Welcome to Uncommon Sense. I am Jay Green, your host, along with Big Brother Mo Better, Michael B. Wright Sr. Michael B., how you doing, man?
What's cracking, lacking there, Big Brother Rock?
Hey, man, it's cracking lacking, man. It's sure enough cracking lacking these days, bruh.
Yeah, man. I see your fancy handiwork there, boy, in the
Oh,
studio.
yeah, we got to get the
Yeah,
studio together, Doc. We got to get the studio
boy,
together,
yeah,
Doc.
you put some stink on there, boy. I see you put some
Oh,
stink on it.
well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You
That
know,
what,
brother Imano.
that what you want, boy. That's what you want in your life right there,
That's
boy.
what you want. That's what you
That's
want.
what
That's
you
what you
want.
want.
Yes,
That's
sir.
you want. As we started off, bro, we gonna start it off right with the black experience, because this
Mm,
is the experience they've been trying to erase, but they can't erase it, Doc.
that's right, bye.
It's unerasable, my brother.
You got that done right.
Yes, sir. Here's the black experience right here on Uncommon Sense Podcast. Welcome to the Black History Experience, unerased history they couldn't silence. They tried to overlook her, but history refused to forget. In 1968, Shirley Chisholm became the first black woman elected to the United States Congress, unbought, unbossed, unapologetic. She didn't wait for permission, she demanded a seat at the table. In 1972, she made another bold move, running for President of the United States, breaking barriers of race and gender in a system never designed for her voice. She stood for the marginalized, the unheard, and the overlooked, proving that courage can rewrite history. Shirley Chisholm, a legacy they couldn't silence, and a truth we will never erase. That's Mama Shirley Chisholm right there, bruh.
The one and only man. That's a
No,
trailblazer right there, boy.
that's a trailblazer right there, Doc. We need more Shirleys in
Oh
that
yeah,
Senate and that House, Doc.
yeah, we need that guy back for sure, boy.
For sure, Doc. For
For
sure, bruh.
sure, for sure, for sure.
Man.
The one and only, man. The one and only.
Hey, man, you know, something came up today, and I was like, okay, I'm going to start the show off a little different after the Black experience.
Mm-hmm,
Because
mm-hmm.
this kind of troubled me when I saw this,
Oh Lord.
you know, about the ruling with Bill Cosby. Bruh.
No, you did not.
Yeah,
No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No.
Let me go to the beautiful beam footage first
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
before we go into it. We got to go into this, man.
mm-mm.
Because this doesn't make sense. This is really uncommon sense right here.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm trying to tell you right here on uncommon sense.
Breaking news in Bill Cosby's civil trial here in Southern California. The jury has just come back with a $19 million verdict against Cosby, plus a finding of punitive damages. Donna Motsinger claims that Cosby drugged and raped her in 1972 after they met at a restaurant in Sausalito. Motsinger says Cosby gave her a glass of wine in a limousine, and she started going in and out of consciousness. Cosby claims the encounter was consensual.
Now, now, first of all,
Mhm.
what is the statute of limitation on this? This was 50 years ago.
Well, I guess when you're black, there are no statute of limitations on it.
You got that right.
That's bruh. I'm trying to tell you.
So you mean 50 years later,
Mm-hmm.
they could win the whole suit was $52.3 million. No, $59.3 million.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
50 years ago?
50 years ago.
That wasn't even DNA 50 years ago. What?
But I mean, okay, and they hit the other part about it. For the trial now, man, all they said was she said that she was, of course, going in and out of consciousness, and the baby said that two men put her in a car.
Right.
Then when she woke up, after she only had her bras, pants, or whatever that was missing, but she knew Bill Cosby raped her. That was the whole testimony. That was the whole trial. So you didn't see him. I mean,
Right.
I'm just simply saying all this stuff that was said is number one is hearsay, as the lawyer was saying. It's nothing but hearsay. And
Exactly.
secondly, this individual, she said herself she's going in and out of conscious, and two men put her in the car. Well, who about them two men?
Well, if she's unconscious, how she know two men put her in the car?
That part.
Mm,
So as I'm trying to tell you, man. So what are two men that put her in the car?
exactly. They
I'm
probably dead now 50 years ago.
well, I think them two need to be brought to the stand to figure out who the heck was in the room whenever she was accosted. But all that's hearsay, and we're talking about 50 years, like you said, man, 50 years, and you gonna hold this man accountable for that?
Now,
Nah.
even when they put him in jail, they overturned the decision there on him.
So I'm praying, man. The lawyers said they're going to a course appeal, and they should, because again, this right here, man, is some that word.
Some shite. Yeah.
That word right
Yeah.
there.
But
Yeah,
then
man.
how is it that the jury found him guilty? What jury was there?
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I don't figure out how you got that. And again, the trial is straight hearsay. It's she's saying this happened, and there's no one to collaborate what she said. I mean, not even a police report.
Mm.
It's just her saying what she said. So
Oh.
I think if I remember correctly, I was violated.
About 50 years ago, right?
Yeah, if I just remember correctly, I was violated, man. And I'm gonna take somebody to trial.
You ain't the right you ain't
Look,
the right color, bro.
bro, I'm taking somebody to trial. You
But wait a minute, ain't we got a president
Oh hell.
that's been
What?
convicted?
Don't even
And
go
then he talked about,
don't even go there. And
but
like I said, it don't matter.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
all
That
right,
part. That part.
all right,
So yeah,
okay.
it makes no sense at all. And again,
No,
anybody with any kind of common sense would simply say, how can you convict a man 50 years later on nothing but hearsay?
right,
It's,
exactly.
it's her word against his. As far even the surrounding events that led up to quote unquote this rape. Okay, I'm not saying that they were raped or not. That's not my point to make. I'm simply saying, based on the trial,
Hmm.
it was nothing but what she said happened.
Hmm.
That's it. No police report, no rape kit, just what she said happened.
What she said happened.
What she said happened.
Right. No proof, but what she said.
That part. So, like I said, I'm telling y'all now, I
Hmm.
was a victim, and somebody going to trial.
Somebody going to try.
I ain't figured out yet, but somebody going to trial.
But now where your Al Sharptons in them at? Right. Yeah.
Man, they trying to get out of the target boycott.
Oh, Roland, where you at, bro? Where you
Well,
at?
they trying to figure out a target boycott or target fast, whichever one that is.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, that part.
All right, all right.
Mm,
All right. Well,
hey,
let's move on.
I'm trying,
If we
man.
have to.
I'm just a black man and white man world. That's what I am, man. God.
There you go. This is what we're looking at today in today's times right here.
Mhm.
They should be paid. This is ridiculous.
A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. So, missing a paycheck is a huge deal.
I don't agree with it. I think they should get the paychecks.
I mean, I would definitely want to get paid if I'm doing that job, so it's pretty messed up.
President Trump's message to unpaid TSA agents: keep fighting for the USA. Go to work.
They should be.
Keep fighting for the USA. They should go to work fighting for the USA.
Okay.
These folk
Well,
at work, they ain't in the military.
well, I mean, I would say this then to Trump. Um, how about USA fight my creditors and my mortgage when they come for me since I ain't sending them no check? Since I ain't
Exactly.
sending them no check.
Exactly.
Okay, then I'm trying to tell you.
Then
Boy,
you
please.
got the nerve to send ICE to the airport. What
Yeah.
is ICE gonna do?
None, because they're not trained in air
No.
scanning.
All they
So,
doing is walking around.
what are you doing? But they getting a check though.
They getting a check.
They getting a check, but the ones that need the check ain't getting the check. So okay, but you can go to Congress and ask for $200 more billion for a war. Oh, I'm sorry, a military excursion that I apologize. I used the wrong word.
Yeah.
A military excursion that
Uh-huh.
are supposedly is not happening right now. So anyway,
No. Did you hear the news? Did you hear the news?
what
That
is it?
that they want to negotiate. They want to do a deal.
Yeah, they do. Trump and Trump.
Trump and Trump, right?
The whole Trump administration. They want to make a deal. But I can tell you right now, if I could speak Iranian, I would say it in their dialect, but since I cannot speak that particular language, Arabic, I would say it in Ebonics.
Okay.
Iranians are saying right now, hell no, shout it.
That's what they said, brother. That's
That's
what
what they
they
said. What?
said.
Hell
Hell
no,
to the
shout
no, shout it.
it. Bring it, shout it.
And
Keep
Doc,
that same
you got
energy.
to laugh to keep them crying because, okay, we got to put it in this form in this text because you sent me this. I was like, that is good. That's real good.
Uh,
Here's the whole synopsis of how this all started right here.
boy.
Iran's been trolling in return. State-aligned media there even shared an AI Lego video that opened with a scene making it clear they think Trump started this war as a distraction. Look, I think I get Iran's point there. This war is just a smokescreen to distract from Trump's friendship with notorious sex criminal Ulrey Epstein. And by the way, who is it with Epstein in the corner there? Is that Dick Van Dyke? Dick, no, not you!
I'm trying to tell you, man.
I'm just trying to tell you that because this is what it's all about, the Epstein files, Doc.
Bro, you know it is. Because you ain't heard nothing else about it right now. There's little snippets out there. But
No.
that's what it is, man.
Right.
And I'm telling you, man, like I said before, whatever in those files, whoever's in those files,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing everything they can to make sure it never gets out. And if
Right.
it's causing World War III, I guess they say okay.
Wow.
It's sad, man, but
It's
that's
sad.
where you are.
Yeah.
That's where you are. Because again, at the end of the day, and we gotta get back to TSA. At the end of the day, man, again, there's no reason for this. Everyone's saying this. Even when the international community says this,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
there is no reason for us to be in this
No
situation.
reason.
There's nothing else to be said. I mean, so go figure. And for him to say that in 48 hours, we gonna bomb the hell out of y'all and the energy plants, and then 24 hours later, there's a 5-day stay, and then they ask him, who you talking to? Well, that's this man has great reputation. Who? What man?
What man? What man you talking about?
Yeah, Paul. What is this brother's name and where is
Right.
it?
Right.
Okay, I'm just
Mm.
saying you can't make this up, bro. And you can tell this man is lying from every hole he got.
Oh, Doc,
Every.
he already know from jump. He was like, oh, I done messed up.
Oh,
I done
as
really messed up here.
as Orator said so long ago, it was at that moment that he knew. He
Effed up.
effed up, boy. Yeah, he was at that
Big
moment.
time. Big time. Now this is what the global society or the global world is talking about. Now this is the global world talk. This is not even the United States talking about. This is the global world talking about. This is global chaos, and he's a global generator. Watch chaos generator.
Well, the question asked whether we're being dragged into a war with no clear outcomes. We're also being dragged into a war with no clear objectives. We've seen Trump say, it's regime change. Oh, no, it's not regime change. It's because of the nuclear weapons. Oh, I wiped those out in June. There are no nuclear weapons. Oh, it's because of an imminent threat. No evidence whatsoever of an imminent threat. The real reason for this attack is spectacle. That's what Trump trades in. That's what he loves. He wants to be the centre of attention. He wants to be making global headlines. That's his happy place. Now, for us to get dragged into that is not only criminal, it's foolish, in the utmost degree. This war has no basis in international law whatsoever. There are two valid reasons why you can go to war. One is self-defense, and the other is if you've got a United Nations Security Council resolution. This has neither. James Cleverly has learnt nothing from Iraq, has learnt nothing from Afghanistan, has learnt nothing from Libya. What we see here is Donald Trump acting, as he always does, as a global chaos generator. And the further we stand away from that, the better off we will be.
Exactly.
And drop the mic.
Drop the mic. It has no kind of credence, no rhyme, no reason.
It's just to generate chaos, and that's exactly what you have.
It's just like my 3-year-old granddaughter would do sometimes. She would just, all of a sudden, she was like, I got an idea.
Yeah,
Why don't we just bomb Iran?
that part, yeah.
What?
Well, again, he has a concept of a plan. He go-
And Iran about to show him what a concept of a plan.
They showing him the plan, really. Yeah,
The
you got a
plan.
concept, but we got a plan, boy.
Because
And-
they serious. I mean, they for real.
They want this.
When the man said, "Oh, there's no peace in this,"
No.
he messed that up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he messed that up.
Oh yeah.
But see, it's always this illusion of America being this supreme military authority. But see, this is a fight that America really don't even understand. They never trained for this.
No.
And most people be like, well, we got this weapon, we got that weapon. But look, let this brother break this down to you about the situation of the illusion of winning. Now, Trump is going to say, oh, we're winning, we're demolishing them, we're destroying them. Not so fast.
For decades, everyone in Africa and around the world believed the US military to be the greatest fighting force on earth. But this war with Iran is proving that theory isn't so simple. I already talked about the American video game generation, the ammunition mismatch, and how sanctions over decades made Iran a tougher opponent instead of breaking them. Now I'm going to tell you the ignored illusion of American military superiority. Pay attention. The American military-industrial complex and mentality was built for Cold War and intimidation. Iran, Russia, and China's military and mentality are built for actual war. Since World War II, the United States has not fought a single peer-level adversary. Vietnam, guerrilla fighters in a jungle. Afghanistan, decentralized insurgents in a desert. Iraq, a state fractured by decades of sanctions with a collapsed army and zero air cover. Libya and Somalia, militias in the middle of civil wars. Now Iran is no superpower, I know. But it's by far the most sophisticated military the US has faced since the Nazis in the 1940s. Iran has spent decades building an indigenous military-industrial complex designed for one primary purpose: to fight the United States when the inevitable war begins. This war is literally what Iran's entire military has been preparing their entire lives for. Every soldier, every tactic. Much of Iran's defenses are buried deep inside underground mountain bunkers where US stealth bombers struggle to reach. Iran has the Fatah 2, a true hypersonic missile that travels at Mach 15, roughly 18,500 kilometers per hour, explicitly designed to render conventional US air defenses like the Patriot and THAAD completely obsolete. Iran operates its own domestically built air defense, the Bavar 373, armed with the Syad 4B missile. This system is built to track and engage modern stealth fighter jets at ranges up to 300 kilometers. They have an active duty military and IRGC force at over 500,000 personnel who have been ideologically and tactically trained for this exact conflict with the US. Dropping bombs from the sky isn't enough against an adversary that shoots back. You need boots on the ground to execute a surgical takeover. With infantry willing to bleed in the mountains of Tehran, As I told you in a previous video, the American people simply do not have the stomach for that. If the US fails to effect a complete takeover and regime change in Iran, the illusion of American global supremacy is dead. That's what I meant by they cannot win. The thing is, the US does have one ultimate weapon that could end this in 24 hours, but it's a weapon they cannot use.
Bruh, you do not want boots on the ground on this.
No.
He keeps saying, talking about, hey, we gonna put boots on the ground. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Mm-mm.
No, you're not. You'll be a fool to, but you're not gonna do it.
You better not do it. That's
Yeah.
why you keep saying, well, okay, we're gonna give them 5 days. We're gonna give them first 24 hours, then 5 days. Then you keep extending this thing, and you keep telling the people that you're actually having talks, but you're really not having talks right now.
That's on point. Well, he's saying it only talks again for the market fluctuation. That's all he's doing that for. So everything is speculation. And as many military strategists said, as far as the terrain, it's just again, Iraq and specifically Iran has been around longer, than as far as civilization. So, like the cat said, these guys have planned for this for years.
For years.
And when you're talking about the ideology behind their fighting is totally different than just being a patriot. These guys see this as a religious war. They see this as a spiritual situation, which they come at it entirely different. And so, yeah, when when you even have, I mean, just the name of what you call this operation, Epic
Right.
Fury, you can tell, boy, y'all really, y'all really need too many calls of duty up there, boy.
Too many calls to do.
Too many calls of duty. And with somebody like Hexef, you know why. But again, there's no strategy because again, they're trying to win this by proxy. They're trying to bomb the hell out of everything and hoping that's going to turn the tide. No, that's not going to do it, man. And again, Iran is one of the oldest civilizations on the planet. So no, you're not going to just waltz in there and think throwing bombs at them is going to turn the tide. That's not going to happen. And again, if he even steps foot toward the strait, that right there, boy, ain't gonna be like, okay, come, because I'm saying, man. And then what is so embarrassing on my end is I feel for him. I really do feel for him.
Right.
Is for Iran to basically say to him after the threat, you ain't gotta wait 48 hours. Come on now. I mean, yeah. What you waiting for?
What you waiting for?
Keep that same energy and come on. That's what they said. I mean, if that don't tell you anything as it relates to the resolve, to the planning, to the strategy as far as Iran has, I don't know what else to tell you, man.
Bruh.
I really don't know what to tell you.
Let me show you the reaction of Iran. Let me show you how cool they are.
Oh, they solid.
They ain't wigging out. They ain't fretting, bruh. They like, okay,
yeah,
just bring it.
That's the mentality.
And we gonna show you who we are. I mean, here it goes on the beautiful beam footage. I'm just telling you.
Is your side seeking, or will you seek, a ceasefire with the United States at this point in time, and with Israel?
I don't see any room for diplomacy anymore, because Donald Trump has been deceiving others and not keeping with his promises.
How does all of this end then? If you say right now there's no room for negotiation, President Trump says he wants complete surrender, what does that lead to?
There's no room unless the economic pressure would be built up to the extent that other countries would intervene to guarantee this termination of aggression of Americans and Israelis against Iran.
Iran has a new supreme leader. What does that mean for your military effort and the confrontation with the United States and Israel?
That means the system is quite functioning.
The United States says it's drastically degraded the Iranian military, the capabilities as far as missiles is concerned, drones is concerned. How much longer can you do this?
That is one of the false narratives that the United States government is producing. Iranian military is quite strong, as you see, because they have the motivation, they have the arms that they need, which are produced in Iran.
So your side is ready for a long war if the United States and Israel choose that. Do you consider this an existential threat to the Islamic Republic?
It is an existential threat to the Islamic Republic, and therefore we have to stay with full might, as we are doing now.
Finally, what is your message to President Trump as we sit here, as the war is going on?
What is important for us is the end of this game, and we are ready to continue that game.
You mean how this war will end?
Yeah, the end of the game would be the time that American and Israelis would come to this understanding that this strategy is not working, and they have to stop their aggressions.
This man said there is no diplomacy at this time.
No.
Mm-mm.
And so again, it should be a concern of every American at this point,
Yeah.
as relates to again where we are as a country. Because again, Jay, it is the ideology that is being reinforced. Again, when you have this murderous kind of mindset running rampant, and you're having destruction and death and pain and agony and frustration. I mean, just name all you want to, piled up. And you're talking about years of frustration and years of just wanting to retaliate in some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. And when you feel helpless to do that, yeah, you get to a place where, as anyone says, when you have nothing else to lose, then what won't you do? You know, what won't you do when you know I have nothing to lose in this? You know? And if I die, I'm going to paradise, and a man gets 70 virgins, and you know, when you look at that, the dynamics, they're like anything is better than this here. So again, the dynamics is different, and that's what this side of hemisphere doesn't understand and appreciate. You know, anybody, when you're a content creator and when you're a commentator and all that good stuff, I mean, again, and you drive back to your gated community and all that good stuff, you have a different perspective on the world. You know, when you can just pull up to McDonald's in the drive-through and get what you want, go home, your perspective of the world is grossly different from somebody who's had to struggle all their life. You know, from somebody who had to make bricks without straw. You know, that mindset is grossly different from yours. And so therefore they're not coming at this thing the way an American would. They're coming at this is about our way of life and my particular existence on this planet. So therefore we come in at it a whole new different way. And that's why the gentleman there, his disposition would tell you you really don't know what you did.
You don't know what you
really don't know what you did. You really don't.
He even said, when when Israel and Trump realize that it's time to stop these games and get serious, then that's when we can stop. Or until this affects the economy and other countries are involved.
And it's going
You know what countries they talking about.
Oh God, yeah, it's going to.
You got Russia and China, Somalia.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, all of
them.
them.
But again, Doc, see, here's the scary part. For certain entities and certain powers to be at play, you want world conflict. This is what you thrive on. This is what you profit off of. Death and destruction. You wake up thinking about this. Okay. So from that side, that's where you want to take this. The other side is again, when you're looking at America, okay, everything that you're doing in this country, if you understand the economics and the dynamics, and if you appreciate that kind of conversation, everything America does is propped up.
Right.
Yeah, from your export to your manufacturing, you name it. Everything that America is propped up by another economy.
Right.
Okay. So what's going to happen, man, again, when these lies that you're telling in the news can no longer affect the market? Your market is based on speculation. Okay.
Right.
Well, when the speculation no longer becomes speculation, becomes reality, what you gonna do with that right there?
Exactly.
Because they told you, in fact, look, we're not opening up the strait for nobody.
Right.
And for those who come through, you got to pay in euro. You know,
Yeah.
you got to pay in Japanese
Yeah. In Japanese euro.
currency.
Yeah. Yeah. Currency.
So they just told you the only way you're coming through here is you can't be a friend of Israel, you can't be a friend of the United States, and if you come through, you got to pay in Chinese currency. Well, who that's going to benefit? You boys over there in China. So do you actually
Exactly.
think them boys going to come to United States aid? I don't think so, player.
Nah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I
Not
don't
at
think so,
all.
player. So
Not at all, player. Not at all.
and so
No.
again, you set the stage.
Yeah.
But when you have again an idiot like Trump, and
Yeah.
you have an inexperienced idiot like Hexel,
Hexif. Yeah.
throw in the two things situation that you got going on now, there's no secret why you are the way you are.
Right. Right.
So
Exactly.
I I hate it for you.
Because even like today, from what you sent me, okay, they keep saying that there's talks between Iran and them.
Who?
But look at the stock market though.
Mm-hmm.
Billionaires made millions of dollars just off of that quote unquote lie that they said that they talking with Iran. Cause
That's the
see,
whole
this is
point.
cause see, this is a billionaire war. This is not a military war. This is a
Mm-mm.
billionaire war right here.
And
But
when people
see,
find, go ahead. Mhm.
billionaires, this is their war, but they don't understand when they mess with those who are of a religion or those who look at it as a spiritual war,
Mhm.
that's totally different.
Exactly.
That ain't just saying something and the market just changed.
Right. But
You go ahead, bro.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no,
You
no,
what?
you got it.
Mm-mm. Because again, you said it as far as about being a billionaire award. The end
Yeah,
game is different.
yeah,
See, to a capitalist,
yeah,
your end game is cash. I mean, that's
yeah.
what you're in this thing for. You're
Right.
looking for capital. Okay. So everything they're doing now is to drive one market one way or the other. Cool.
Hmm.
As you stated, on the other side, that means nothing to them.
Right.
Okay. So, and if you look at it, the Arabs and all the section on that side, they got money.
They got it, dog. They
They
got
got
it.
money. And now that they have money, they got the raw material. They the one that got the oil, player.
Exactly.
Come on now. So I mean, the games that we're playing, as the gentleman said, you're playing a game, and we know it's a game,
Right.
but you don't have the cards in this one. You want to,
Mm-mm.
and what Lazinski said from the Oval Office when they were coming at that boy,
Yep.
right? He
Hmm.
told him one day the war is going to come to your doorstep. You're going to feel this, and then Trump said, you can't tell what we're going to feel. Okay,
Okay. Watch. Here it
okay.
comes.
Oh, you feeling it now?
You feeling it now, doc?
Because again, man, and I'm telling you, bro, you're sitting on power cake. You got
Yeah.
you got you got a situation there where you got global conflict. You still ain't resolved Venezuela. You still ain't resolved Cuba. You still
Nope.
haven't resolved American issues. You still ain't resolved TSA. You still ain't
Nope.
resolved Epstein. You still
Nope.
so I mean, if you go down and we take it further, you still ain't resolved the farmers who lost everything
Nope.
because you messed
You
up their
still ain't.
markets.
Mm-mm.
You ain't resolved that. And so I'm telling you, man, it's just you've got this pipeline full.
Right.
And on one side, it benefits if you want mass chaos and you want to call martial law and you want to call the elections because you got all this
Hmm.
chaos you're trying to control. Of course, it benefits that narrative. Okay. So again, you got to see which way they're trying to flip this.
Right.
There's
Right.
a reason why you have this chaotic mindset and this chaotic stupidity. It's controlled from a standpoint of this is necessary for this to pop off. Steve Bannon told you the ice going to the airports is a dry run.
Doc, that's a wrong run right there.
But he told
Because
you to drive right.
that's a keg ready to explode, Doc.
But I'm
Because I
telling you,
mean, you
man.
got people standing in line 4 and 5 hours,
Yeah.
and you gonna have ICE sitting there trying to direct them, bruh. That's a civil war right there, man.
Well, even nice, all them cats doing, bro, walking around. That's all they do.
That's all they doing.
You
I
don't,
don't
you don't,
blame them though.
you know.
I don't know
What else,
what to
what else
do.
can you do? You
Yeah,
can't scream. You
no,
don't know the layout of the airport. You don't know Delta. You don't know Southwest. I mean, so all you can do is to provide quote unquote security. TSA doesn't provide security.
no.
TSA provides
TSA
screening.
screening.
That's
Yes,
them.
yeah,
Atlanta Police provides security for and Clayco
yeah.
provides security for your boys at Atlanta Airport. That's that. But
Yeah.
TSA, them cats don't do security.
Matter
They
of
do
fact, I
screening.
talked to somebody from TSA yesterday
Mm-hmm.
and said that I said, "Hey, man, we got the call by 11:59 to be here at the airport, and that's all. They just say be here, so we just here. We don't know what to do."
Cause ain't nothing they can do.
And that's what you were saying. That chaos right there. I'm just gonna create chaos.
Cause that's all you got.
That's all you got. People still in line for 4 and 5 hours.
Cause,
They ain't helping.
cause they can't. So,
No.
but again, man, when you're looking at this stuff and you have these conversations, one side, at least the person he's trying to solve the problem. No, he's the one that starts the problem.
Started the problem. Do you understand?
You idiot. Um.
He
So
even
again,
told the Republicans and says, "Look, if I don't get what I want, don't y'all vote for the shortage to be over. Don't y'all vote for that. Don't
mhm.
mm-mm.
But see again, and I'm not speaking this.
Yeah,
I'm simply saying anything can happen now because again you have again a situation with your air security and also again with when you have crowded spaces,
right,
you're creating this atmosphere where anything can happen. I pray that it doesn't.
right.
Um, but the atmosphere is set.
Yeah,
40% of if you take just Atlanta, 30 to 40% of your TSA agents are not coming into work simply because they're not getting paid.
right,
I can't blame them.
right,
If you don't have gas to get to a place,
right,
what? And I can't
what,
pay for Uber because I don't have money.
right,
What? So
what?
I'm just simply saying that the situation is set whereby no which way you turn, there's you
Chaos.
end up it's gonna be chaos, you
Yeah.
know. And so at this point,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing they can do at this point again is to resolve the issues, get some kind of bill passed. But like you're saying, he's holding up because he won't save the act. That's what he wants.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's what he
he's
wants.
that's what he wants. Because again, all this man goes back to Project 2025.
Mm.
That's all this is.
That's all this is, bro. That's
That's
all
all
this.
this is. Yeah.
Mm.
And so, and your architect, this is what I was trying to tell these people. It's not again Trump that you or any of those people
No,
in the front that you're concerned about.
no.
It's the architects behind the scene. It's
Behind
your
it.
Stephen Millers. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the Bassett. It's Voights. It's them cats.
it's the
That's
billionaires.
bro. They're driving this thing,
They
and they've
driving
put
it, Doc.
it, and they got the infrastructure already in. You got these boys implanted inside the government, and they're working this thing from the inside out. So no, you don't have any idea at this point
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
because of what quote unquote Doge did. You have no idea at this point what is and what ain't and what will be and what is on what's coming. So
Then you had the nerve to create a fraud task force. And wait a minute, wasn't Doge that?
where is Doge?
Oh, Doc, you trying to get some more money? That's what that is.
That
See,
part
you
right
got
there.
to get some more money.
Man, come on. You can see this a mile away.
Mile away,
So
Doc.
it's a game. But it won't change, man, again, to folks stop allowing the same kind of conversation to be had, which is you're going around the merry-go-round.
Right,
At some point, somebody got to stop and say, look, here, this is what it is.
right.
This is what it needs to be. And this is how you get at it. Point blank.
Exactly. Point blank.
It's not hard at all. But it's it's bait material. It's a way you stay in the camera. It's a way you get attention. So if that's what you crave, that's what you're looking for, I guess is where we're going to be.
Because even when you bring it all back home, you bring it all inside in the house here at home.
Mm-hmm.
You go down to Florida.
Yeah.
Look at the situation in Florida. If I was a taxpayer in Florida, I'd be mad as bruh.
It's all shorties.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, let's just go to the beautiful bean footage, and we'll talk some more about this one.
Imagine spending $608 million and then you get ghosted. Florida but rushed to build that alligator Alcatraz. That's a $608 million immigration detention camp. They did it thinking the federal government was going to reimburse them for all the money they spent. Because y'all know DeSantis always want to be the first in line to make his daddy happy. Well, guess what the Department of Justice just said? If you built it, you bought it. They are not going to reimburse Florida for construction costs. Not the bricks, not the barbed wire, not even the modifications they made to the facilities. They say maybe operational costs, but they ain't even gave them money for that yet. But that 600 and something million, oh, that's on Florida. They're going to have to figure that out. Now, here's the kicker. Florida has already pulled $400 million from its emergency management fund since August to help cover costs related to alligator Alcatraz. Now, this is the same state that gets smacked with a hurricane every season. The same state that may have to handle more of its own emergency disaster relief because FEMA ain't gonna do it. Let me ask y'all something. What could $608 million actually have done for the residents of Florida? Insurance relief, schools, infrastructure, storm preparation, perhaps? Instead, the only people guaranteed to win are contractors. Y'all tired of winning yet?
See, bruh. Santos thought his buddy Trump was gonna pull him out, gonna reimburse him for this.
Oh hell, yeah, right.
You're on your own, partner.
At a tune that's $600 and some million.
$1 million.
And hurricane season is right around the corner. Yeah, but I pray for him.
Because you got even Trump trying to tax the internal revenue for $10 billion.
And they gonna do it.
They gonna do it.
They got the croners in there, man.
They gonna do it because they got the look. Trump is the boss.
Yeah.
And if their boss tell them to do it, they gonna do it. And he come out with this lie talking about he gonna give it to charity.
Yeah, like he said his salary.
Yeah. Come on now.
I can't. So at this point, my brother, yeah, it's they're sucking the coffers dry from every angle. From
Every
private
angle,
sector.
Doc. They pulling money from every angle. Just say for she just said, if there's a hurricane that come through there, bruh,
and
them people gonna be, as they say, SOL.
Well, your insurance companies done pulled out of Florida, man.
Yes.
So I don't know what's gonna happen. FEMA is non-existent.
No.
So yeah.
Yeah.
You're there. You're
Yeah,
there.
this is part of the chaos. This is a part of, okay, we're gonna create the chaos, and then we're gonna pull the money out from there.
But see, this is again where, again, conversation need to be had, and from the standpoint, again, people know how to articulate and get the groundswell from that. I mean, just from the articulation of alligator Alcatraz,
Right.
just the articulation of that correctly could start a groundswell like a mud. How much money will look for? Yeah, that floor right there. But again, the churches and everybody else are trying to get their little cut of the piece of the pie, no matter how you get it. So yeah, and again, if someone knows how to again use the material that the good Lord gave you, you can flip this sucker real fast and start a tsunami as it relates to of change and stuff, man. But again, it's just like the Roman Empire, man. Keep them entertained, keep them drunk.
Yep. Yep. Keep 'em drunk.
Keep them drunk,
Keep 'em
and
drunk.
we got this. You know that, and that's exactly what they doing for.
Wow. Keep them
That's what.
drunk.
Oh yeah,
Keep them drunk.
drunk on something, marijuana, whatever it is, TV. You know, just keep them drunk on something. I don't care what the drunkenness is. It'll be all right.
But then, right, we got a situation like this. Like
Mm.
this come up and don't nobody say nothing. It's all under the rug until somebody may bring it out for a second,
Mm.
but then they put it back under the rug.
Oh
This
yeah.
is crazy.
My government used me like I was a guinea pig.
They're waiting on all of us to die.
What if I told you the U.S. government once sprayed a mysterious fog over thousands of its own citizens without ever telling them? This isn't a movie plot. This was North St. Louis in the 1950s, and it happened over a place called Pruitt-Igoe, a predominantly black community. The U.S. Army launched something called Operation Large Area Coverage. They wanted to see how biological weapons might spread across American cities. Their test site? Pruitt-Igoe.
The greatest concentration of this compound was sprayed near the Pruitt-Igoe housing complex just south of downtown St. Louis. It was home to 10,000 low-income people, and an estimated 70% were under the age of 12.
Using motorized blowers on rooftops and even station wagons driving through the streets, the Army released a chemical called zinc cadmium sulfide into the air. Officials told residents it was just a harmless smokescreen test meant to protect the city from a Soviet attack. But people remember something very different.
The spray was so foul as far as the odor. It made some of us have headaches, nausea, dizziness.
That's what I remember. It made me sick.
And it really, we felt it as it would adhere to our skin. And as far as the guys on top of the buildings, they tried to portray them to us as maintenance workers. But we was like, what is a maintenance worker doing in basically a hazmat suit?
Experiment at Pruitt-Igoe.
Yes, sir. And I'm telling you, man, that's just the tip of the iceberg on that one.
In our neighborhood.
In our neighborhood.
Right. But nobody has paid any dividends to the sickness and the deaths that happened in that neighborhood.
No.
No.
And like the brother said, they're waiting for us to die out. Just like
Right.
the Tuskegee study, they're waiting for them to die out. That's what this is.
Just like
Yeah.
Tulsa.
Just like Tulsa.
Yeah.
That's
Same
what
thing.
Same thing. And this is why, again, I tell folks, especially when we're in that space and people keep giving me, this little flack about what they're doing with Black history. I'm like, this is the problem with us. We don't own our own narrative in the country.
Right.
Individuals that could tell the story. I'm not pointing any fingers, but those who have entertainment companies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times I did going to jail or funerals.
Road trips or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I get it. Okay, you got to make money. Okay, whatever. But at the end of the day, on a for real tip, man, when you're looking at blacks owning your own narrative, telling the story, and again, this is where you go all the way back to your kings and your ex. After King was taken out, man,
right.
No one did what he said it was going to happen next, which
Right.
is you go back and get the check.
Right.
Which is because, again, America owes not just reparation as it relates to slavery.
Right.
America owes because of everything it has done to the black community, from medical experience to experiments again. And I can tell you what from my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom grew up of course, in rural Georgia, and she would tell the story how this van and nurses would come to the school, uh, give everyone in the school shots, even draw blood.
Whoa.
My mom remembered this stuff. She said, "We even draw blood, but never tell the parents what the test was for, what the blood was drawn for. Nothing. Parents never signed a consent form for them to draw blood, but they was at the school every other month doing these particular shots and doing this particular drawing blood." Now my mom is 81 years old.
Right.
And this baby remembers this stuff distinctly. And
Wow.
she said everyone who was in her class, all the good stuff, died early, whatever, da 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 da. She's the last one left from her particular generation.
Mm.
So I know this to be true. So again, these are things that not only is way beyond the slavery issue, man.
Right.
You're talking about just the travesty of what's been done,
Hmm.
and it's covered up purposefully, because you don't want to have the conversation. Well, again, those who have the wherewithal, the income, they have the apparatus that you
Right.
could bring light to this,
Hmm.
even if it's a 10-minute documentary. You're gonna put a whole lot into it,
Right.
but if you would just simply raise the attention of it, like the gentleman who died with a crater in his head, you know, like the
Hmm.
school test they did with radiation, telling the kids they was treating the black kids for lice. Black kids don't get lice,
No.
but you
Mm-mm.
treat kids with radiation for what? Okay,
For what? For life?
and
Okay.
so again, so that's what I'm saying. This country here, when you start really pulling back the onion peel and dealing with stuff,
Oh yeah.
Henry relax when you look at what they did with her blood cells. You know, it's so many things, man, that we as a community need to be actually bringing attention to, putting heat behind, and targeting it. You
Right.
know, I, now I could care less about Target, Walmart, or anybody else. You're gonna
Right.
buy your you're gonna buy your stuff from somewhere. Um, we here in Georgia. You got this thing called Black Wall Street somewhere here in Georgia.
Okay. Mm.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
So what's out there? I
Right.
mean that should be with all the business that were quote unquote circumvented by Target.
Right.
That there should have been a landing pad.
You should have.
Should have been a landing pad.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just simply saying when we have these conversations again, what's the end game? What's the strategy? And then what's the other side once we get through all this?
Right.
And if you
And
want,
then with situations like with our people being laid off from work, like last week in Alabama at the water department in Alabama, they just got laid off. It
that
wasn't like
part.
no days, no, just when they went to work, they was just laid off.
Hmm.
And here's this beautiful beam footage of that.
These people around here that we need to shut it down and set it off.
And we start with the new developments to breaking news we've been on top of all day. 135 Central Alabama water employees are now out of a job. The utility calling the layoffs part of a restructuring plan. Thank you for being with us. I'm Muriel Bailey. Now, some local city leaders say the decision is unfair. ABC 3340's Philip Dyson spoke with those impacted.
My name is Cassandra Patterson. I served the waterworks for 7 years. Today, they called a meeting early this morning, and once we went into the meeting, they told us that our services was no longer needed, that they had eliminated our positions.
A large crowd turning out after Central Alabama Water announced on Friday it has laid off 135 employees, about 23% of its workforce. In a statement, CEO Jeffrey Thompson says the layoffs were necessary to protect the organization's long-term financial stability.
Why? I don't know. So they are forcing us to retire. You have to be at the waterworks 10 years to be vested. I haven't been there never 7 years, but I can't understand why they made me retire. When we asked why, they couldn't give us an answer.
The move comes as the newly formed utility works to address financial challenges connected to the system previously operated by the Birmingham Waterworks Board. The decision is drawing up sharp criticism from some elected officials.
They are being stripped of their jobs, they are being stripped of their dignity, they are being stripped of their integrity without just fair consideration.
Another 76 vacant positions were also eliminated, bringing the total reduction to 211 funded positions. Central Alabama Water says the reorganization will save the utility about $20 million a year in labor costs. Leaders say without the cuts, customers could have faced a water rate increase of around 10%. After the restructuring, the utility says it will employ 449 workers. Reporting in Birmingham, I'm Philip Dyson, ABC 3340 News.
Now I can see You know, the sister out there, one of the representatives, you know, protesting or whatever. But what is protesting going to do for those 135 workers who are out of a job now?
That part. And when she when she say shut it down,
Shut it down.
I
They just did.
I know, I w-
I'm like,
I know
what?
what you, bruh.
I know.
Uh,
Come on, man.
mm, mm, mm,
Come on.
mm.
That just don't make no sense.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Again, I do not want to go down this road because I'm trying to be good today. Um,
Or you will be good today.
but then you give me material like this, and I'm
Yes,
like,
sir.
okay. Um, again, this is where someone is saying something, and again, we're going to touch this issue. But when someone gets in the front of a camera and says something that makes no sense,
Right.
you know, one, for people who are listening to the situation, now they look at you like, why are you even there? What
Yes. Why?
shut what down? And how can you shut down what, the city? Is that
Uh,
what you saying? That what you saying, shut down the city? Shut down the waterworks? If you
yeah.
shut down the waterworks, then ain't nobody got no water. What are
Right.
you saying? So
What do
that's
you
what I'm
think?
saying. It sounds good. It sounds you're giving the rah rah. No, baby, you need to get some concrete because again, if this is happening, uh,
Right.
that's a state agency.
Right.
So which
Right.
means some of this stuff has got to come through the commission and stuff like that. So you probably knew this stuff was coming down the pike anyway.
Exactly. You already knew.
You already knew, and if you
Right.
didn't know, that says something about you
Yeah. Yeah.
when it's talking about your city.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so in that regards, but you're looking at a situation, Jay, it's just like what TSA, and this is why it's so imperative that we have the conversation that you're
Mm-hmm.
bringing up, Jay,
Mm-hmm.
is when these individuals are affected by this,
Right.
it is because we live paycheck to paycheck. It's because we don't have conversation on how to empower yourself when this is a possibility. Because if you don't own
Mm-hmm.
the job, then it's
Mm-hmm.
not yours.
Right.
You can get laid off tonight. I mean, that's the reality. So you should
Right.
have that mindset that this is a possibility.
Right.
Yeah, and you should never go into your job thinking that it's yours and thinking you're going to be there forever. That's not written in stone nowhere.
Exactly.
So you need to start having conversation with people how to financially get yourself together and financially put yourself in a situation where you're not relying on a check every single month from
Right.
this entity. And I know we've all done it. You know, by the grace of God, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yes, bro.
boy, by the
Yeah,
grace of
bro.
God, that's all I can say.
Yes,
Because
sir.
I've done it. You know, I have done living paycheck to paycheck where if you
Right.
missed it wasn't a good day.
No, it
I I,
wasn't.
I I know what that
Right. Yes,
is.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
mm. And
Mm-mm.
even when you get the paycheck, it ain't enough. You know, like,
No,
bruh, you
bruh.
get paid on Friday and Friday night, you already broke. I'm like, bruh, this,
Bruh,
this,
really? We gonna do this?
yeah, we go do this every 2 weeks. Nah,
No.
player.
No,
So
play.
I get it,
Mm-hmm.
but this is where the shift comes in. You,
Right.
you gotta tool people differently with the mindset, and that's why Iran is the way they are.
Yeah.
Or they've and Cuba's different. You know, I mean, these cats like we. This is how we had to live for decades.
Decades.
You know,
Mm-mm.
so scraping by is nothing to us. You know,
Right.
making this meat is nothing to us.
Right. Right.
So that's what I'm trying to get folks to see, man. When you can embrace a whole new different experience, it brings weight to yours, and you
Exactly.
recognize again, since this job ain't mine, I'm not going to treat it like it's mine.
Right.
Which means
Exactly.
that whatever resources God's given me from this job is setting me up for something else.
Something
Uh,
else. Right.
and so I gotta live accordingly. And so that's the whole mindset there, man. And folks,
Right.
unfortunately, with AI coming, well, not coming, AI is here.
Here.
Boy,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, you best believe more gonna be lost. More is gonna be lost because you're not recognizing that the dynamics of economics have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
if you don't recognize what's going on around you, as the Bible says, you know, the prudent man foresees evil and
Right.
hides himself.
Hides himself, Doc.
The simple, That's what the Bible says. You
Yeah,
simple
the
one.
simple.
The simple pass on unpunished. I mean, that's
Mhm.
it can't get no plainer than that.
No plainer, duh.
I tell you, brother,
The
I'm
Uncommon
tired of
Sense
being
Podcast.
I'm
Yes,
tired of
sir.
being simple. You know, I won't be
Yes,
complicated.
sir. I won't be complicated.
Complicated. You know, make me simple. Ooh, boy.
The Uncommon Sense Podcast every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. right here on the Truvision.net and also sensuax.com. And tonight, Big Brother Mo Better, we're going to leave the people with a little hope tonight. We're going to leave them a little hope tonight.
Have
Yes,
much
sir. We're
love.
going to leave them a little hope tonight because, hey, it's some good things or some good people in the world, still in the world. So you be one of them good people and pass the hope on to somebody else. See you next week.
High school principal caught stocking shelves at Walmart. What he was hiding left everyone speechless. His name is Henry Darby, and he runs North Charleston High School in South Carolina, where about 90% of students live below the poverty line. He's seen kids sleeping under bridges, former students raising babies in cars, families who can't even keep the lights on, and it hit him hard because he grew up in extreme poverty himself, raised by a single mother after his father died when he was just 3. At first, he used his own emergency savings to help students with food and clothes. But when that wasn't enough, he refused to ask for donations. Instead, he got another job. Actually, a third job. On top of being a principal and serving on the county council, he started working overnight 5 nights a week at Walmart, stocking shelves from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., even though he had a lingering neck injury from a past car accident. And every paycheck went straight to students in need. He didn't tell anyone, not his staff, not even his Walmart manager. But on his very first night, one of his students spotted him stocking shelves, and just like that, the secret was out. A local newspaper ran the story, and everything changed. Within weeks, people across the state were praising him. He ended up on national TV. Walmart surprised him live on air with a $50,000 check for his school. But it didn't stop there. 2 crowdfunding pages raised more than $195,000. A real estate company donated $185,000. And eventually, the highest civilian honor in South Carolina, the Order of the Palmetto, was presented to him by Governor Henry McMaster. And even after all that, he said he was sticking with Walmart because for him, this was never about recognition. It was always about the kids.